A day after the Pahalgam terror attack, India has hit back with a series of strong diplomatic moves. New Delhi has suspended the Indus Waters Treaty. Pakistani personnel in India have been asked to leave within 48 hours, and the Attari border post has been closed. Islamabad reportedly has denied involvement, but early investigations and the larger context allegedly point towards Pakistan's hand. Pakistan is in deep trouble economically, diplomatically, and strategically. Once a key player for the US in Afghanistan, that influence vanished when America exited Kabul in 2021. Today, Pakistan has no real leverage with Washington and no bailout is coming. Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates have also grown wary. They are tired of rescuing Islamabad and feel Pakistan hasn't returned the favor. Even China, the so called all weather friend, is frustrated. Beijing invested billions in Pakistan under the Belt and Road Initiative, but many of those projects are now stalled, largely due to security lapses. Baloch militants have killed Chinese engineers, and that's led to deep mistrust. The Taliban, too, have surprised Pakistan. Instead of being a loyal partner in Kabul, they have turned hostile. Border regions have seen frequent attacks on Pakistani soldiers and civilians. Iran isn't friendly either. Last week, 8 Pakistani migrant workers were gunned down in Iran's Sistan Balochistan province. And just last year, both countries fired missiles across each other's borders. In short, every border Pakistan shares is on fire. Ironically, the India-Pakistan border is currently its quietest. Add to this a growing sense in Pakistan that India has moved on. New Delhi rarely acknowledges Islamabad anymore. For India, Pakistan has become an afterthought. That shift became clear in 2019 when India revoked Article 370 and removed Kashmir's special status. Since then, the message has been consistent. Kashmir is India's internal matter and Pakistan has no say. And the results speak for themselves. Tourism in Kashmir is booming, economic activity is improving. Despite the politics, life on the ground has seen progress. On the world stage, India has pulled off another strategic win. It has convinced the United States to de-hyphenate relations with Pakistan. US Vice President J.D. Vance was currently in India but had no plans of visiting Islamabad. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Saudi Arabia when the Pahalgam attack happened. That's symbolic. Saudi Arabia once stood by Pakistan in its wars with India. Today, it's rolling out the red carpet for Modi. So, was this a desperate gambit? It's in this context that Pakistan's actions start to make sense. The attack in Pahalgam appears to be Pakistan's way of saying, you can't ignore us. Pakistan's Army Chief General Asim Munir offered a clue last week. In a speech in Islamabad, he revived the two-nation theory. He said, our religions are different, our customs are different, our ambitions are different. We are two nations, not one. He also called Kashmir Pakistan's jugular vein and promised never to abandon what he called the heroic struggle of Kashmiris. In that sense, the terror attack may have been a message both to India and to the world. A signal that Pakistan still sees itself as a regional power, a way of demanding relevance. And consider the timing. India's Prime Minister was in Riyadh, America's Vice President was in New Delhi. And this wasn't just aimed at India, it was meant for the international community too. Even if the global reaction is negative, Pakistan may see that as a win. In its current isolation, any attention, even bad press, is better than being invisible. And what's the way forward for India? India's next steps matter a lot. First, a serious look at what went wrong. Were there security lapses in Pahalgam? Was there complacency? Those questions need honest answers. It's vital to ensure Kashmir's tourism and economy don't suffer setbacks. That means strengthening security without turning the region into a fortress. The centre must also work with local political leaders. This is not the time for political blame games. The National Conference and other parties need to be brought into the loop. Internationally, India will likely continue isolating Pakistan, but retaliations must not be driven by emotion. Calm, calculated steps are the key. And long term, India needs to rethink the assumption that Pakistan doesn't matter anymore. Engagement is necessary, if only to understand what Pakistan's thinking. New Delhi must also recognize that Pakistan is not a monolith. There's the army, there's a civilian government, and there's the Pakistani public. Each must be handled differently. Ultimately, India's Kashmir policy must stay people centric. The terror attack must not derail the progress made on the ground.